over 50 dental care. Hi, and welcome back to another video. Um, Today's video is going to be about my dental care routine being over 50 and how I have gotten to this point of being 53 and still having all 32 teeth in my mouth. They've gone through a lot. Um, and they've chewed up a lot of food over the years, but I have everything here that I normally use to maintain my teeth. Um, some of these things I use on a daily basis, and others I will use like once or twice weekly, or whenever I feel like my teeth need a little something extra, a little extra cleaning. I have these items right here. So I did purchase some new things so that you can see the packaging that they come in, but I'm just going to jump right in to this today. And then I'll go into a little bit of history with my teeth and what they've gone through in the last 53 years that they've been in my mouth. So I like to use a Tom's toothbrush. I do have several of these still in a package. Um, they went on clearance, and I was so afraid that they were going to disappear completely. So I bought quite a few. I probably have enough of them to take me through the rest of my life, but I like them because of the size of the head. And this one is getting to a point where I need to probably think about replacing it, but it's just an extra fine bristle brush, and it's got a fairly small head on it. Now, because I have all 32 teeth, meaning that all four of my wisdom teeth are way in the back, they are not impacted. They came in just fine. I do usually purchase a child's toothbrush. I like the Firefly toothbrush. It's just a brush that has a much smaller head on it, and that allows me to get all the way back. Even with this or with this, I nearly have to dislocate my jaw just to get the toothbrush back there so that I can get it clean. But now these never used to come with a suction cup, but of course, this is a kid's toothbrush. These two were under $3, but they do light up. It's kind of fun. So those are the toothbrushes that I use. I do like to use dental floss, of course, and I floss before I brush my teeth. This is, who makes this? This is Publix supermarket brand, and it's waxed. I will only ever use waxed um, dental floss, or it's got to be kind of like a wide tape um, dental floss. And I'll pull off a piece that's probably almost 2 feet long, maybe a foot and a half to 2 feet, and I will reuse it. I'll rinse it off, dry it off, and put it away. There's no need, unless it snaps um, or it's got blood on it, which it really shouldn't have if you're flossing your teeth. But if for some reason your gums are bleeding, then you'll want to discard it. But mine usually comes out pretty clean. I just rinse it off and then I put it away. Of course, you can replace this every single time that you use it. Just pull off what you need, use it, toss it. But for me, I can get almost a week's worth out of one um, full tear piece of dental floss, and whatever brand you're comfortable with if you floss your teeth, but I would highly recommend that you do. um, these, I like these a lot. These are made by the Gum brand, and they have I think they've got 3 or 4 of these. They have them in wide, moderate, tight, and extra tight, and that has to do with how tight your teeth are together. and I have moderate. I mean, my teeth are very, very close together. So I can use moderate to tight. Just depends on the availability of these. These run almost $4, maybe just a little bit over. Sometimes I'll wait for these to go on sale and then I'll buy a package. Um, but there are 10 in here. Sometimes I can get 2 uses out of these, and of course I would rinse it off, dry it, and then put it away. But these are disposable, and their thought is that you would only just use one of these one time a day to do your teeth. And these are something new, same company, the Gum brand, but these are angled, and the bristles are they're not. Now these are like a synthetic bristle. These are plastic bristle, and they're also curved, because for me, having to get all the way in the back, what happens with these is that the little tip is like metal, and it has the little synthetic bristles. They'll start to bend and they'll get out of shape, and then I have to reshape them. So I'm actually gonna, this is the first time I'm gonna be using these in this dental video, but I like the fact that they're curved and they're plastic. So we'll see. I'm sure it's a soft plastic, so we'll see how well these work. I also always have a little jar of baking soda. And this is just regular baking soda, whatever brand you like to use, whether it's Arm & Hammer or um, whatever brand Walmart sells. I think they have, I don't know if they have an Equate brand, but it's basic, plain old baking soda. And what I like to do is when well, first, before I brush my teeth, I moisten this with warm water. I run it under water, and then I add my toothpaste. This is the Hello brand. This is the, second, it says it crushes tartar. I'll bet it does not. Um, Anti-plaque whitening brand. It's just kind of a minty, fresh flavor. They also have a charcoal, which I've used as well. I like that too. I only use fluoride free toothpaste. I have been using fluoride free toothpaste for at least 15 years. I have no need for fluoride in my toothpaste. My teeth are doing fine without the fluoride. You just need to have a good dental care routine to take care of your chops. But I wet this, I moisten it, add the toothpaste, and then I use the baking soda when my teeth feel especially, I don't want to say dirty, but like they need to be cleaned. So when you run your tongue along your teeth, I heard someone say this one time, and it's pretty apropos, that if your teeth feel like they're wearing sweaters, you need to go brush your teeth. um, so, yes, if your teeth feel like they need like a little extra cleaning, moisten it, put the toothpaste on, and then I dip this in the, I just kind of go like this and dip it in there, close this up, and just start brushing my teeth. And it will help to do a little better job of cleaning your teeth um, than not using. You can use it every single day if you want to. I have gone long stretches of time using baking soda. You just don't want to use like a large amount. Now I know that Arm & Hammer makes their own toothpaste brand, and it obviously has baking soda in it. Um, I'm assuming that's okay to use on a daily basis. They do sell it as a regular mainstream toothpaste with fluoride. So I'm assuming that it is okay. It's not so abrasive that it's going to remove a layer of enamel from your teeth. So that's that. And then I have these. Now these are very much like the set of implements or picks that you find at your dentist office. I found these at a flea market, and it was an entire set. I bought the entire set. The set came with this really nice pair of scissors. This is probably the nicest pair of scissors I've ever owned. Very sharp, but um, those are extra and have nothing to do with this video. But um, I do use the mirror. I don't use all of these. Some of these picks are very, very complicated, and I honestly have no idea how to use them. So the only ones that um, I used this one. This came with a set that my sister gave me about 25 years ago. It came with a cheap little mirror, and the mirror broke. This is good for just like getting something quick out of your teeth. So I've held on to this one for all those years. Like I said, I use the mirror, and this mirror does come apart from the base, and I think that's probably for sterilizing these, like in an autoclave in a dentist office, making sure that they stay clean. I have this one, this two-ended. If that's coming into focus or not. I do not use this one. I don't know how. And then I have this one. This one has a tiny little hook on it. And then there is also this one. I do not know how to use these. I've tried and not comfortable. Definitely need some training for that. But I do like this one. This is my favorite one. It's just a one single-ended one, and it's wide. And I like to use this one because I can get right in here to go right in, and then I can kind of get down into, I can go at the top in between two teeth and then down. So I like this one. So just these three. It was probably not the best background for these. What I've got going on here. So I only just use these three implements. Now when I finish picking my teeth, mostly with this one, I like to use a combination. I'm not really picky on my mouthwash. I like just the basic, almost like a spearmint fresh burst Listerine, and I mix it with peroxide. So it's 50-50 in my mouth. And I just swish it around in my mouth, and I'll try to hold it as long as I can. If I can hold it for 60 seconds, 30 to 60 seconds, that's good. You want it to get in between your teeth and up into your gums, and then you can spit it out into the sink. And of course, with the not baking soda, the peroxide in your mouth is going to foam quite a bit. You'll almost look like you've got a case of rabies. But yeah, you'll want to not swallow peroxide or swallow any of this. You don't want to swallow this or this. You want to make sure that you continue to spit into the sink any residual peroxide and or mouthwash. I think that is it, and then we can do a little backstory on my teeth, a little history on my teeth, and then we'll head to the bathroom and I'll show you how I use all of this. So brushing my teeth all the way to the end. All right, be back in a minute. All right, so I am back, and we're going to talk a little bit about my teeth. But I also want to apologize. I think I may have hit the microphone a couple of times, and I know that when I do, if my hair touches it or if I accidentally bump it, it does make a unattractive noise in the audio. I am just hoping that I am coming through a little clearer. I have had some audio issues with the volume in terms of my voice. I am very soft spoken to begin with, so you know, I apologize for that. I am trying to work on that, so trying to make sure that I have my microphone on for each video. All right, so as far as my teeth are concerned, my baby teeth came in fine. In fact, I still have, my mom saved all of my baby teeth and all of my sister's baby teeth. I may do a video on that. I have a tiny little container. It was a tiny little container that a roll of film used to come in back in the 70s and the 80s. I have one that has all of my sister's baby teeth in it and one with my baby teeth in it. So I don't know if that's a strange thing or not that my mom held on to our baby teeth or not, but I have those put away somewhere. But anyway, I sucked my thumb, and I sucked my thumb for a long time, longer than I should have. And I had buck teeth. And so, in doing that and sucking my thumb for years and years, my roof of my mouth, that the palate is rather narrow because of the pressure that I applied with my thumb when I was sucking my thumb. And it also, of course, it pushed my two front teeth outward. And so I kind of looked like Bugs Bunny. And my parents, said, at some point later on, we're going to take you to an orthodontist and look into getting you some braces. But prior to that, I know that my mother took me to the dentist on a regular basis, and I had regular cleanings and checkups. Now, we were living in Massachusetts at the time, and so we would go through 4 seasons. And one of the winters that we had, my sister and I were sledding. I had a little sledding accident, and at the bottom of this hill, it actually was very elongated stairs. Like you would have a step down, and then it would be like dirt, and then like another step, and each step was like a railroad tie, and it was dirt and then a step and then dirt and then a step. And so you'd be stepping like at least 3 to 4 feet before you take another step. So after we got a blizzard, this all got covered up with snow. My sister and I would grab our sleds and we just have a ball going down the hill. Well, my father liked to have like he had two really big boulders, like big rocks brought in, and they were at the bottom of the hill. Well, my sister was on my back on one of the trips that we made down the hill, and I was on my stomach, and my sister was on my back, and so we were both face down. She's on my back, and I'm going for it. Well, she fell off or something along the way, and so because of the weight change after she got ditched off the sled, I went head first right into this rock, and it's like, oh, my teeth just made contact with this rock, and so this is my right. So you're looking at it, it would be left. This tooth, like this corner, is broken. This tooth next to it, I've got a mirror here, so I'm looking. This tooth next to it, also broken. So about every 5 to 7 years, I have to go to a dentist and have the corner bonded on. So they use like a composite and a special light. They create a corner, and then they also create like a bottom portion for this tooth here. In fact, I still have a piece. Hear that? And my nail's getting stuck on it. There's still a piece of composite stuck on that tooth. But I don't need to have this corner done yet. It was done several years ago. The dentist did a really good job because it's been more than 5 years since I had that corner done. But anyway, okay, so I broke both the teeth. My mother immediately took me to a dentist and got that fixed. So then we moved to Jersey. And my mother and father agreed, okay, it's time for you to have braces. And they decided to move forward with orthodontics after I stopped sucking my thumb because it would make no sense to, if I was going to continue to suck my thumb, to have braces placed on my teeth. There's no point in that. So I had already stopped sucking my thumb. My mother was sort of interviewing orthodontists, and there were only two. The first one I went to said, oh, she needs to have 4 to 6 teeth removed. That would have been my four wisdom teeth, which had not come in yet, not even close to coming in yet. And like maybe two to four molars. I would say he wanted 4 to 8 of my teeth out. My mother said, absolutely not. Um, and so she found another orthodontist who looked in my mouth, and I think he probably took a set of x-rays and impressions as well, and said, I don't need to remove any teeth from her mouth. Everything's lining up right, and especially if she does what she needs to do with her braces on for the time that she'll have them on, um, teeth moving back into place, her wisdom teeth should come in just fine. So my mother went ahead with him. I had full set on top, bottom. I had rubber bands. I had a retainer, and I had headgear. And I wore the headgear at night. I had to wear that when I slept. And I had my braces on for 2.5 years. So from like 5th grade to somewhere in between 7th and 8th grade, I had them removed. And as far as my wisdom teeth are concerned, um, they came in between, it took about 4 years for them to come in. So between 18 to 22 years of age, that's when my wisdom teeth came in. And they alternated. It was like this one would come in and then this one would start, and it was achy. It was really ache, and then I'd have like a flap of skin. My tongue couldn't leave it alone, and it would go this one, and then this one, and then this one, and they just kind of took turns growing into place, and I haven't had a problem with them at all. They came in perfectly straight. I had I had enough room in my mouth for all of them to come in. So spatially speaking, I had enough room for each of my teeth to come in. The only thing that has happened though is that when I have braces on my teeth, all of these teeth were straight. And you can see that I have a bit of an overcrowding problem down here. And and that doesn't really bother me too much. I mean, the one thing that I mean, a lot of people know this, and I think a lot of people don't know this, is that your teeth are very much alive and living in your mouth, and teeth can die. When they die, they fall out, they change color, and they can fall out of your mouth. Your teeth are moving. I mean, even to this day, if I take my front teeth, I can just a little bit, there's always movement in all of your teeth. Um, but teeth can move, and I have heard that if somebody has a tooth removed, that having an implant or something put there, whether it's a partial or a bridge or something, I'm not really sure, it helps to keep because the teeth are going to want to move and fill that spot. I don't know why that is, but teeth are very interesting in how they operate in the mouth, because they don't always stay put. They don't. Um, and then, unfortunately, let's see, this is probably 2008. I had started having trouble with one of my molars. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah. It's It's my bottom right. Anyway, I'm not sure if you can see that or not. There is a dark ring. There is I think it's a crown. I'm not sure. I had to have a root canal done, and they do consider the fact that if you've had a root canal done, you still have that tooth. And that's why I say I still have all 32 teeth, because I very much still have the root. I still very much have quite a bit of the tooth. My root canal, I'm not really even sure it needed to be done, um, but it got done, and she crowned it. Crown's been great. Um, but yeah, it is there, and so it's, as far as it being in my mouth, it doesn't bother me at all. Um, I wish that that hadn't happened and that I didn't have to have a root canal, but um, apparently there wasn't much that I could do at the time. I don't know if something changed in my dental care during that period of time prior to my needing to have it done that this occurred, but um, I have it. But it's still, you know, I still consider it my tooth. I still have the tooth. It's just underneath the crown. Um, and so that is the history of my teeth. I also do have quite a bit of gum recession, and uh, probably the best case example is down here. You'll see right here, this tooth right here. That tooth is a classic case of some gum recession, and I have it throughout my mouth, but only on certain teeth do I have gum recession. And the last dentist that fixed the corner, that rebonded this corner, she did something interesting. She mixed up composite that was very much like here, and she cleaned my tooth, dried it, and placed composite and then the special light on there and covered all of that up. So it actually protects the root because it's so exposed. It's exposed to everything I eat and drink. Um, and so it tends to be more sensitive than my other teeth. But as you can see, I don't have the composite there. The root is actually stained. And so because of that, I have to keep my teeth very, very clean because the root is very porous and it comes in contact with a lot. And I really do not want to have a cavity. I am cavity free too, by the way. Um, I do not want to have a, a cavity in an exposed root of my tooth or teeth. So I am dealing with gum recession as well. So in brushing my teeth, it's circular, but circular coaxing the gums downward, circular on the bottom, coaxing the gums upward. Um, I don't think it's doing any good, but I have been told that sawing back and forth, brushing your teeth like this, is not the proper way. If you have a dentist, ask them how they want you to brush your teeth. Um, I was told small circles, yep, and try to coax the gums downward on the top and upwards on the bottom. So, all right, enough chit chat for now. So I'm going to go head to the bathroom and show you how to brush my teeth. All right, I'm in the bathroom and I'm about to brush my teeth. But before I do, I want to show you approximately how long a piece I uh, tear off for dental floss. And then I just wind around my fingers. I start with my front teeth and I move to the right and then to the left top and then bottom right, bottom left. Now I just did between my last molar and my wisdom tooth back here. Probably can't see that. All right. Oh, actually, I do bottom left first and then bottom right. This dental floss is a little on the sweet side. Got a little bit of a flavor to it, sort of like a sweet, minty flavor. That's my root canal. Molar and wisdom tooth. So then I go over to the sink here. You can see this, but I am rinsing the dental floss off. You just rinse that off. And towel dry it. And then usually, oh, I'm getting a phone call. I'll be right back. All right, sorry for the interruption. So I've got my toothbrush. I'm going to run it under some, water's hot at this point, and that's fine. I prefer the water to be hot on my toothbrush. And then take my toothpaste. Little amount here. And even though my teeth don't really feel like I need the baking soda, I'm just going to show you what I do. So toothpaste should stay on the toothbrush, and I just dip it in there. So I've got baking soda on my toothpaste. And you can re-moisten your toothbrush too a little bit. A small circular motion. And when I'm doing this, I'm trying to get all the way behind my lower wisdom teeth. So all the way back on the outside to the inside. Now this is where I almost have to dislocate my jaw to get this back. On the upper right and left where my wisdom teeth are, I have to get rid of some of that toothpaste. I tend to make kind of a mess out of my face when I'm brushing my teeth because of issue with having so many teeth in my mouth. So what I'll do at this point, now that I've um, spat out most of the toothpaste, is I'll take my tongue and run it back where my wisdom teeth are. If they feel clean, and they do, I won't use the child's toothbrush. And with these Firefly toothbrushes, they are timed for 1 minute. So basically, when you start brushing your teeth with these, the light goes on and it blinks. And then when the light goes off, you finish. So they have a little built-in timer with the light. But we're almost finished here. And then what I like to do is my tongue. Don't go too far back or you'll gag. And then I like to do my lips, little exfoliation, and then I rinse my toothbrush out. Then I'm going to cup my hands and just rinse my mouth. You hear any strange noises in the background? I have a cat in the shower who is playing with the shower curtain. So we may have some background entertainment. So put this away. Dental floss away. Toothpaste away. And I basically keep everything in a little basket so that I know where everything is. I also, I just hit my microphone, I'm sorry. I also dry my toothbrush off. So after I rinse it out, so I kind of do this under a stream of water to make sure I get all the toothpaste out. I dry the handle and then I dry the bristles too. I know a lot of people don't do that. Why do you do that? Because I don't want a lot of bacteria growing in my toothbrush with just leaving it super damp and wet. I just like to dry mine off. And so now at this point, what I like to do is take my favorite pick and one of these, and I just cracked this one open. These are the ones I have not used before, and interestingly enough, they come with like a little plastic case, and it fits 2 of these. So you just snap these off. But you can put 2 of these in this little case at a time. So you actually take these with you. I like this. So hopefully this will have been a good purchase. But I am going to go back in my room and do this in front of my other mirror because I think you may have a better view of what I'm doing in my bedroom. So be right back. All right, I'm back in the bedroom and I've got my phone on this side instead because I've got 2 cats right here. So I'm going to try to do this with you over here instead of on the right hand side. But I just took my mirror and I sort of scanned my mouth, and it's kind of good to do this periodically just to make sure that you don't see any dark spots or discolorations starting to appear on your teeth, anywhere on your teeth, whether it's the outer, outside, or the front side or the back side of your teeth. And let's see if I can move this a little bit. I don't know if you can see this. I don't know if I can get the angle quite right here, but I've got the back side. I've got the mirror behind my front teeth, and I've got the window right here. You can kind of see. Oh, it's hard for me to do it. There's a spot behind this tooth. Probably not showing up on the camera, but that's where the bonding is for this broken tooth here and here. So you can kind of see how this one is kind of on a diagonal. I'm already noticing something. So normally when I grab my pick, I take a tissue, and as I go through, even though we brushed our teeth really well with the baking soda, you'll still pull stuff out from in between your teeth. I'm just going to go quickly and see. Right here, I got the thing is the pick is getting stuck. I've got bonding on that tooth, and that's from I think that's from one of the teeth that my dentist did with the composite to help with the gum recession. So, yeah. See, there's something going on right back here. I can't really see what's going on there, but it doesn't hurt. It might just need a cleaning. And so if I find anything starts to accumulate on my pick, I just wipe it off on my my Kleenex. Now the farther back I go, and there isn't much coming off here at all, but the farther back I go into my mouth, where my molars and my wisdom teeth are, the more sensitive my teeth and my gums are. Sometimes it makes me jump a little bit. I don't know if you can see that, and then I just wipe that off. Yeah. And as usual, this wasn't supposed to be a long video, but I just feel like there's so much information for me to provide that I just don't want to miss showing you something. So I go very carefully along where the root canal was done. So if you can see this tooth right there, I nicked my gum, so it's bleeding a little bit. But that dark ring around the bottom, that's where the crown is sitting on that tooth. Oh, I got myself good. There. Doesn't hurt. I just nicked it. Not a big deal. And then you can do behind. A little bit more difficult to do it from behind. Of course, I'm not a dental hygienist. Uh, I do everything possible to stay out of the dentist chair. It's really not a pleasant experience for most of us, not just because of the experience, but the cost too. So it's a double whammy, I think. The other thing too is I am very careful where the root canal was done that I don't over pick there or pick too hard because I don't want to have the crown uh, become dislodged and then I'm sitting there with the crown in my hands. So I don't want to have that happen. I'm very, very careful. So if you have any dental work, be very, very careful if you decide to use any picks on your own teeth. Okay, so you can see that that's what's come off of my teeth. I'm a little concerned about that. Let's just see if I can work on that. Doesn't hurt. Not sure what's going on with that. Okay, so now we're going to try these. Now I have not used this particular brand before, but they just break away. Oh, they're so tiny. Oh, their little bristles are so tiny. So let's give it a try. Oh, these are nice. I am all the way back between my last molar and my wisdom tooth. So I'm going to wipe it off. Keep going. Oh, just a little bit harder on this one. Trying to get in between that last molar and my wisdom tooth on my upper left. That's a little bit more difficult. And interesting. I like these. These are really interesting. So no bleeding using these. So yeah, very, very interesting. Okay, so I'm going to go back in the bathroom and I'm going to show you how I rinse my mouth. That's like my final step after I pick at my teeth and use one of these. After I've loosened up all that stuff, and if I've had any just minor bleeding because I nicked myself, I like to get a little mouthwash and peroxide together in my mouth to just inhibit any issues with bacteria in my mouth. So I'll see you in the bathroom in a minute. All right, I'm back in the bathroom. Last and final step. I promise that on an evening during the week when I do this, it does not take me this long. It's taking a long time because, of course, I'm explaining a lot and I'm showing you a number of different things and trying to explain, the different steps that I take for my dental care. So altogether, this probably takes me maybe 7 to 10 minutes in an evening to do this. So I've got my mouthwash. I'm taking the cap, filling it about halfway with mouthwash, and then I've got peroxide. So I've got a mixture of peroxide and mouthwash in this cap. I'm just going to okay, that was round one. Enough to do a round two. And basically, I'm just trying to swish it around in my mouth pretty hard. I'm trying to be pretty aggressive with it. I'm trying to shoot it through my teeth and up into my gums, wherever it can go. I want it to go, especially with it having the peroxide in there. And I'm going to try to hold this as long as I can. If I can get 20 to 30 seconds of holding this in my mouth so that it can just sit on my teeth before I spit it out, I find that that is the best. So here's the last one. I don't necessarily rinse my mouth out, but I do make sure that if, and you can tell if you have a little, if you poured a little more peroxide in the cap than mouthwash, you'll find that you'll have this like over foaming sensation in your mouth. And when you open your mouth, you'll have a lot of like foam still on your teeth. You'll want to continue to keep spitting that out into the sink. Don't swallow it. And please don't swallow the mouthwash either. Don't swallow either one. And I also wanted to mention that as far as whitening teeth, I have tried one time. I did trays with like the gel, the whitening gel that you use overnight. I have never seen any improvement in my teeth with whitening trays from a dentist. They made my teeth extremely sensitive, and then I had to buy a tube of
Sensodyne. That's the only toothpaste that I've ever used that helps with sensitivity with your teeth. It'll pretty much, if one tube will do it, I could even buy like a travel size and kind of tuck it away. I can use it 2 or 3 times and the sensitivity's gone, so you don't have to necessarily purchase a full size tube. Um, Dental strips, like Crest White strips, uh, I don't like those. They feel very strange on my teeth and they are full of chemicals. And I also have not really seen any whitening advantage with my teeth. I mean, my teeth have been in my mouth for 53 years. I have um, consumed a lot of tea, mostly green tea, not so much black tea. I don't drink wine. I don't drink alcohol at all. Um, but I do eat blueberries and other types of fruits. So it stands to reason that over time your teeth are going to um, collect stains. They just are. With brushing and all the things that we do to our teeth, um, you know, the enamel on the teeth does take a beating over time. It is there for a reason to protect the teeth. But I have read that the Crest white strips or other whitening products can um, diminish, I guess, a layer of enamel, if not more than that. So I would do some research and just be really, really, really careful about what you use to whiten your teeth. I'll probably just stick to whitening rinses or whitening toothpaste. Um, but honestly, just try to brush and floss your teeth twice a day. If you do it after every meal, that's even better. But I don't know that it's fully necessary. I know a lot of people only brush their teeth once a day. The best time, if you're one of those people that only does it once a day, at night, at the end of the day where you've already consumed all your food and drink, that would be the time to brush your teeth. Um, and maybe skip the morning and just use mouthwash if you're in some kind of a big hurry, and your mouth is like, ugh, mouthwash, and get out the door if that's all you can do. But yeah, please don't neglect uh, your teeth, because you don't want to find yourself in the dental chair having them removed or drilled into. How I've made it this far without having cavities and just having this one issue with the root canal. I mean, the tooth is still under there, it just has a hole in it. It got drilled for a reason, and noticing some other things starting to pop up, but I just need to pay attention to those. And as long as I don't feel any pain and my teeth aren't turning strange colors and getting ready to fall out of my mouth, I think I'm okay. But this is what I've been doing for years. Um, Pretty much nothing has changed. Um, it's just what I do. um, I hope it's helpful if you learned something, or you enjoyed watching it. um, Probably not the most exciting video I've ever made, but this is what I do to care for my teeth. Um, But yeah, I probably will have another visit to the dentist. But I also want to make point too that when you go to the dentist and they want to take X-rays, make certain that normally they put that heavy lead piece. It's almost like a small heavy lead blanket that they put across your chest. Make sure that because there's another piece that always comes with that. And every dentist office has this piece. It's an extra piece that comes up. It's a small piece of protection for the thyroid and for the throat. You need to make sure that they have that. If you ask or you're afraid to ask, um, sit in the chair and bring that thing up. Bring that lead piece up as far as you can to your neck and just bring it up. Look, the thing is huge. It's not going to be taking an x-ray of your breasts or anything. It's primarily getting your mouth, but you need to protect from like here to here.
So make sure you pull that thing up as far as you can to protect your throat when they go to take x-rays at the dentist office. There's a lot of dentists, all of those things, I promise you, come with an extra piece for the throat, and they chuck it in the back of a drawer and they never see it again. So you have to watch out and protect yourself when you're in the dentist chair, because nobody else is going to do that for you. I think that's it. um, but yeah, that's okay. I mean, my teeth are not great. I don't have any caps or veneers or anything like that. Um, this is it for over 50 dental care. All right. You take care, survive your life, and thank you so much for tuning in. And stay tuned for the next video. All right. Take care.